What's up, delivery fam? Welcome to another Life of UDM vlog. Now in this vlog, I'll be telling you how I made $300 in one day using Uber Eats, DoorDash, and Grubhub. But stay tuned. Before I get this vlog started, if you haven't done so already, I need you to do me a favor and hit subscribe, click the bell, and join the family because nobody else will understand what you go through except another driver just like you. So let me start by saying this. It was a very long day, all right? And I'm gonna tell you up front, just in case you want to make $300 in your market or you want to test it out in your market, I want to let you know up front, it took me 14 and a half hours. If you don't mind working those hours, this could probably be a thing for you to make good money. And on the other side, I had to do some cherry picking. All right. Now, some of you are against cherry picking, but I had to do some of that as well. All right. Now, if you are cool with working 14 and a half hours and doing some cherry picking on all three platforms, let's continue. Before I really dive into how I did this, let me show you my pay so y'all don't question, oh, did he really make $300 for the day? Let me show you right now. I made $162.97 on Uber. I made $43.36 on Grubhub. And as you can see, many different dashes on Sunday, $6.50 on DoorDash, $24, $19, $45.86. Now, I developed this strategy recently. This is something brand new that I've been testing, and I've noticed that I've been making more money in less time. So maybe if you don't want to make $300 for the day, maybe you could apply this if you have all three of these apps. Maybe you can apply this and probably see that you're making a lot more money. Now, this strategy, what I'm going to call it is zone hopping, okay? Zone hopping. No, I'm not a top dasher, but if you have neighboring zones on DoorDash that are lit up pink or red where you can dash now, then you could possibly get this done, all right? Zone hopping. You see where I'm at on the map? 4 different zones, right? You have the one above me, which is the Sunrise zone. The one to the right of that is the Fort Lauderdale zone. The one beneath that is the Hollywood. And the one I'm in is the Pembroke Pines, Cooper City zone. So what I did was every time, oh, one more thing I got to show y'all. As you can see, the Grubhub zone or region takes up all 4 zones. So what I did was my acceptance rate was a little bit higher with Grubhub. All right. I made Grubhub my main app. I was working on a block. Some markets you might not have to work on a block. Now, Uber Eats was the very last on my list. So what I did was, every time a Grubhub came through, the miles did not matter, okay? Every time a Grubhub came through, I'm not going to say that I accepted all Grubhubs, all right? I accepted a Grubhub that had a decent payout for a certain amount of miles that I had to drive. But before I started driving in the direction of that order, I would turn on my Uber Eats and they would hit me with offers. One going far west, one going far east, one going north. As soon as they hit me with something along the way to the Grubhub with a decent pay, I'm not just accepting anything. It had to have a decent payout for the direction I'm heading in. And for me, that was $10 or more. I took that Uber Eats, fast pickups, remember that. I took that Uber Eats on my way to the Grubhub for, let's say the Grubhub is $9 and the Uber Eats is $10. I took the Uber Eats, start driving towards the Grubhub, pick up the Uber Eats, quick pickup, drop it off, and then go pick up the Grubhub and go drop it off. So instead of that trip being just $9 for all the miles I had to drive to the restaurant, it then turned into a $19 run one way. And I did the same thing going back. If Grubhub, when I delivered that order, Grubhub would send me another order heading back to the area, back to the region. I would then do the same exact thing on the way back. Now, with the zone hopping on DoorDash, it's the same exact thing. If the Grubhub is outside of the current zone that I'm in, I would end my dash in that zone, look at the neighboring zone, pick up a schedule, and on my way to the Grubhub, I would then start my dash or dash now. If they start sending me stuff while I already have an Uber Eats, I just decline all those DoorDashes. But if I pick up the Grubhub and I drop it off, I drop off the Uber Eats, then DoorDash sends me something in that zone that's heading back north to where I want it to be, then guess what? I'm taking that DoorDash and then I'm just driving. So that $19 between Grubhub and Uber Eats one way, if a DoorDash is heading north for $7, $7.50, $8.50, $10, I'm now making that run. Let's say it's $10, right? I'm now making that run 19 one way and now 29 back the other way. Well, not 29 back the other way, but the total trip would be $29. Now, let me try to break that down just a little bit more. Let me put this up on the screen. As you can see, I'm in the Pembroke Pines zone. If the Grubhub is in Sunrise, I take an Uber Eats to Sunrise. I'm not going left. I'm not going right. I'm going straight north, okay? If I see a Grubhub in Sunrise and I take an Uber Eats to Sunrise, I would end my dash in Pembroke Pines, take the run to the Grubhub, and then start a new run or new dash in Sunrise as I'm driving there. And as soon as I cross the boundary lines, I start to dash because now I'm getting close to that Grubhub. And the same thing, if I'm in the Sunrise zone and a Grubhub is taking me to Fort Lauderdale, I would end my dash in Sunrise and head to Fort Lauderdale, start a dash or pick up a schedule in Fort Lauderdale. And as soon as I cross the boundary lines, I turn on or I start to dash. And this is why you see many different dashes on Sunday. Sunday, September 20th, $6.50. That was just one run. Sunday, September 20th, $24. Many different runs. All right. September 20th on Sunday, $19 and then $45.86. This strategy literally threw my earnings to the roof, through the roof. It was like I had an aha moment. Now, I don't know if any of you do this. If you work Grubhub, try it. Like I told y'all in a previous multi-apping for Uber Eats, when you're multi-apping Uber Eats with Grubhub or DoorDash, take an order heading in the same direction. Don't take one going far left or far right, the same direction. This minimized my rejections. It minimized that because I'm now taking something that is not worth my time, right? It's decent, but it's just far away. And now I'm taking on additional orders to make sure that run is going to be worth my time. I make it worth my time. I'm not just accepting an order and judging that order as it's coming in. All right. I'm looking at it and I'm now seeing, okay, what can I stack this with to make this run worth my time? And that's the secret, or that's not even a secret. That is pretty much how I made $300 in one day. I actually made more than $300, but it went past 12 a.m. and I'm not counting those additional earnings. So take this and try it for yourself. Don't just reject an order on Grubhub because of what you see up front. Multi-app, if you are a multi-apper, if you feel comfortable multi-apping, take the order that you feel is worth your time driving to pick it up, meaning in pay, not miles, because you know Grubhub is going to send you down the road. Grubhub is going to send you on a road trip. So when you see a payout you would take on Grubhub, don't think about the miles. Accept it. Look at the other 2 apps that you have and turn them on and try to get something while you're on the way. Try to get something. If you got a zone hop, do that. If you got an Uber Eats or even Postmates, do that. All right. So you just got to make sure it's a quick pickup. It's not a long pickup, because that's going to delay the whole process, and that's a pain in the behind. You know what I'm saying? So see that Grubhub, if it's a $10 payout, you want that $10, you don't drive those miles, but don't drive them empty-handed. That's what I'm going to say here. Don't drive those miles for the $10 on the Grubhub empty-handed. Take another offer headed in the same direction. This is going to minimize your delay to the restaurant that you have to pick up for Grubhub. You're just on the way there still. And the customer that might be tracking you, they can now see that you're on your way to pick up that Grubhub. Okay? Uber Eats, do the same. It's on the way. Don't go far left, far right. Don't do that to yourself. Okay? That's stress. Don't do it. Same thing with DoorDash. You could even wait to turn on the DoorDash, but be prepared while you're entering into that new zone for the DoorDash. You don't have to turn it on right away, but you could turn it on after you drop off the Grubhub, and now you're heading back the other direction. You know? So that is pretty much how I made $300. $301.69 in 14 and a half hours. It was a long day, but that was an all-time goal. I've never broken $300 in a day. Never made that much in a day. I've always strived for 200, but I've never, ever made 300. And this right here blew my mind. It's so simple. But just to think like, hey, just don't reject as often as you have been when you see an offer. I ain't doing that. No, accept it, but make it worth your time. That's the point here. And that's the secret, that you have to set your pride to the side and a little bit of that ego that you might have as a veteran driver. I was there too, okay? Don't think that I'm just talking down to you or anything like that. No, I would reject certain things. Nah, hell no, I ain't driving all that Grubhub. What the hell is that? You know, I changed my way of handling my time out here. If you reject and reject and reject, eventually they might not send you anything. But if you accept something you want, it's just far away, make it worth your time. Take another order on the way to pick that one up. Turning back around, take another order, heading back to where you were. That is it. That is how I made $300 in one day with Uber Eats, DoorDash, and Grubhub. And if y'all want to see my pay again, I'll be more than happy to show. I am proud. Let me show y'all. $162.97 on Uber, $43.36 on Grubhub, $6.50, $24, $19, $45.86 on DoorDash. I'm proud, y'all. So thank you for tuning in to another Life of UDM vlog. And I hope you use this strategy. Maybe not to make $300 in a day, but maybe you can make $200 in a day or more than you have been making. I hope it helps you. And if you enjoyed this video, make sure you squeeze the life out of this like button. And if you find it informative, make sure you squeeze the life out of that like button. I said this the first time, so now I changed it to that. This and that, right? So anyway, I hope you enjoyed it. I hope you found it informative. If you see that this is something you want somebody else to know that does the same ads that you do in your market, and you feel like you can help please do them a favor, not me. Do them a favor and share this, okay? Just share it. A lot of people, they let the ego get in the way. This is not what it's about. It's about going out here and making our money. If they do not multi-app, they might not like this, okay? If they do not like cherry picking, they might not like this. Don't share it with them people. They're going to hit a dislike. Don't share it with the people. So thank you all for tuning in, and I will see y'all in the next video. Deuces.